What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic of Morris. Your boy CJ Goodfellow. One time for the one time we grinding. And the homie Cool Man said, man, I think send me a message on Instagram saying I need to hop over to the Showtime press conference. And Errol Spence was over there giving Terence Crawford the business, man. He was over there tearing apart his resume, saying Regis progress destroyed and Don go better, saying that, you know, he said a lot of things, man. You know what? You go right over to that press conference on Showtime, and he talked for a long time. He seemed like he was a little bit agitated with what Bomac said, the trainer of Terence Crawford. He said Terence Crawford got 3 trainers. He don't know who the hell he wants to train him. He said a lot of shit, man. And it ain't like, and other people gonna act like Errol Spence started this war of words. Bomac started that shit on Trill Boxing Talk, saying, you know, they had more money than Errol Spence. And Errol Spence even said, you might see 1.5 on that paper, but I'm getting more than that. And Adrian Broner said from the sideline, you talking too much now. You talking too much. See what Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum, Bomac, whoever don't understand is these fighters ain't getting, you know, what that 1.5 you seen. They getting way more than that on the back end. Al Heyman is giving them the percentage of the live gate as a premium television, not pay-per-view. They get percentage of the live gate, the concessions. Gary Russell cleaned up when he fought down there in the DMV. He got the live gate, the concessions, all of that money went back in Gary Russell's pocket. You know, and that's what Errol Spence is trying to explain with them. See, Bob Arum don't know how this financial thing is working with Al Heyman, and neither does Eddie Hearn. That's why Eddie Hearn is throwing numbers out there, okay? He's throwing numbers out there, and, you know, he's like, damn, they won't bite. I'm overpaying what they saying. You know, they making 1.5, 1 million. I'm paying 2.5, 3 million, 3.5. But them fighters getting way more money than what they getting in. You know, and then Earl went in about Terence Crawford. You know, he said if Keith Thurman was still fighting and active, Terence Crawford would be a footnote, basically. He said nobody would be talking about Terence Crawford, you know. He said, you know, it'd be all about Keith Thurman. He said Terence Crawford ain't fought nobody. You know, he said most of the opponents that Terence Crawford fought weren't better than Chris Algieri. They said Felix Diaz. He said, I punished Felix Diaz in sparring. No disrespect to Felix Diaz, but I punished him in sparring. You know, I punished him. That's what the exact words. He said, I punished that kid. You know, and they said Victor Postal. He said when Victor Postal get hit, you can show that in the Pacquiao. No, he said when Victor Postal get hit, he melted in, or something he said about Postal. And he said Pacquiao showed, because Postal had beat Matisse, that when you hit Matisse, he fold up, you know. And he also say if, and I'm going on a lot of different places, but Earl also said, and I'll elaborate on this after I say this. Earl said if Bob Arum truly believed Terence Crawford was an A fighter, why didn't he give him to Manny Pacquiao? All right. He said, why didn't he make the Manny Pacquiao fight happen? And somebody say, well, Pacquiao didn't want the fight. He said he is promoter. He promote both of them. If he truly believed in Terence Crawford, why didn't he make the Pacquiao fight happen? And that's a good question, because Bob Arum has forced Pacquiao into, you know, other difficult situations. You know what I'm saying? He put Pacquiao in so many difficult situations before, and Pacquiao did what Bob Arum say. I just do what my promoter say, you know? If Bob Arum truly did want to make Pacquiao and Crawford, he can make that shit happen. Pacquiao just started becoming his own boss and started to make his own decision. That Pacquiao fight could have been happened for Terence Crawford. And maybe, I'm not saying Earl is right or wrong here, but maybe Bob Arum don't feel that Terence Crawford could have beat Pacquiao at the 140-pound point. You know, at some point. Maybe he wasn't confident. He said, then why did Bob Arum give Pacquiao to Jeff Horn then? He said, I thought that Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn. Who did Jeff Horn beat? You know, for people that's glorifying the Terence Crawford victory over Jeff Horn. He said, who the hell did Jeff Horn beat? He was just ethering Terence Crawford. Like, he just agitated. He also gave him his props. Said he's a great fighter. He ain't taking nothing away from him. But he just speaking the facts. You know? And that's just irritation from Bomac running his mouth. You know, fighters hear that. You know? And obviously he heard a lot of the things that people saying around the YouTube box community, LDBC, and on the threads about the side of the street. And he said Crawford is obviously on the wrong side of the street. He said, I'm on the side with Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, etc. He on the side with who? He said, who he gonna call out? He calling out PBC fighters, so obviously he on the wrong side of the street. And he right. He fighting Jose Benavidez next. And Errol Spence is doing his thing elsewhere. You know, we do another video talking about what Errol Spence's future plans is. All right? He said he on the wrong fucking side of the street. He said, who can he call out but us? He said Terence Crawford is going to have to come over to Showtime Fox. He said he's not fighting on ESPN. He said it's not happening. He said, I'm not going over there. We got the money over here. We got the platform. We the A side. I'm the A side. And I don't like the A side, B side, C side type of talk. But he the facts. He's facts. Without PBC, Terence Crawford ain't nothing. He said if he really wanted to come fight over here, why'd he re-up with ESPN and PBC? And he right. He right. And I've been saying this about Terence Crawford and his team. They exude, coward traits. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. A lot of bark, no bite. And Bomac came on Trill Boxing talking, confirmed what I already knew. All that riff raff talking. He said we getting $3 million. We fight a bum or not. And that's the thing. High reward, low risk. Crawford happy in his situation, man. So we can't be mad at him. He happy. I get $3 million to fight Jose Benavidez. Why should I go over there and fight, Errol Spence for $5 or $4 million? I get $3 million to fight Jose Benavidez. A lot of these dudes talk about greatness, but they just want financial security, and that's nothing wrong with that. Let me get financially secure, and it can happen down the line. See, Lou DiBella sitting there looking uncomfortable because he in bed with ESPN too. Because if Regis Progress can win that Real Boxing Super Series tournament, Bob Arum is going to feed him either Alex Acedos or he's going to feed them Jose Ramirez. See, Lou DiBella's in a bad predicament. He playing both sides. He a grimy ass bitch ass nigga that I don't like. I don't like nothing grimy about his ass. When Deontay Wilder got from up under him, he blossomed as a fighter. So he ain't shit but a leech and somebody that's gonna suppress these fighters. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it a buck. He a both side playing ass motherfucker, man. But yeah, and Errol is right about that, man. If he wanted to really come over here and fight, he should have became his own boss or came and signed a deal over here or whatever it may be. Preferably become his own boss and hash out his own deal. But that's not what they doing right now. And everybody want to buy into the bullshit. Bob Arum don't change. The top rank game don't change, just the players in it. If it's Pacquiao, if it's Cotto, if it's Pacquiao, or if it's Marquez or whoever it may be, Oscar De La Hoya, whoever it may be, the game don't change. Like Errol said, Bob Arum is a great promoter, but it's all smoke and mirrors. He don't believe that Terence Crawford can walk across the street and clean that side of the street up. What they want to happen is that side of the street to condense to getting they 3 belts on one side of the streets and go and then make a fight happen on pay-per-view would be 50-50. But it ain't happen that way. And Lou DiBella sitting there saying, if somewhere down the line, if the fight gets big enough, we can make it happen. You said the same shit about Tank and Tevin. And now that fight ain't happening. You didn't went over there and sold Tevin over to the zone. That ain't happening. I'm tired of hearing that shit down the line. This can happen if it's enough money. I'm saying that fight ain't gonna grow until be no Hagler Hearns. It ain't gonna be no major big money fight like they think he is. Earl is on the right track. Bring your ass over to Showtime and try your luck. But they're not gonna do that with Terence. I don't think they believe in Terence like people believe in Terence Crawford themselves. They don't believe Terence can come over here and dominate these welterweights. They want to condense the PBC side, and they want one champion. They want Terence to get one crack at one champion and move on. They'd rather him fight the Benavidez, the Adamas, the Inguses, the WBO mandatory. They come over here and fight Sean Porter or fight Keith Thurman. Every time Keith Thurman brought up, Bob Arum don't like the sound of Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford. And he right. They don't believe him. If they believe in Terence Crawford, they'll let him come across the street and show good faith. But they don't believe in him. I'm trying to tell you. They don't think he's ready yet. They need to get acclimated to 147 a little bit. But Earl went the fuck off, man. Go check the press conference out. I'll link it to the description. And I'm going to do another Errol Smith video a little bit later in the day as well. But Errol went the fuck off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sound like he irritated. Sound like he hearing the press clippings. He reading them. He hearing it from everybody. I know people around him is reading and hearing it. He just went the hell off, man. He tired of hearing that shit. He know, Bob Arum would do that to you. Floyd Mayweather already knew that. And he didn't let the shit get to him about Pacquiao. He kept his composure. And he said the fight gonna happen when Bob Arum ready to let Pacquiao cross the street. That's exactly what happened. It ain't no different. The game don't change for Bob Arum and Top Rank. The players change. Instead of Pacquiao, now it's Terence Crawford. All right, and that's an actual fact. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, for your college sports need, we on S210 College Sports Most Wanted. as well as our Run and Cut podcast. Hopefully we get to recording real soon. The links in the description. To download the free Castbox app, and we got a podcast on there as well. You want to donate, we on a little bit late. We on PayPal, the link in the description, or you can wait till we go live. But it's a lot of different things going around, and we just chopping it up, doing what we does. Y'all know what the business is. Shout out to the mighty LDBC one time for the one time. Make sure you subscribe to my brother Colossal Sports TV and CB Sports TV. We gone.